Hello, my friends. Today we're going to be talking to Jack.
Hey, my name's Jack. I'm the founder of the Content Club. I've been on a wild journey over the last 10 years, building 2 different production agencies, realizing it's not for me, and then shifting gears into building a community business. In this podcast, I'm going to give you the lowdown of how it all works so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did as well.
Firstly, Jack, thank you for coming on. Thank you for the time. And I mean, you are very dominant on LinkedIn right now. You're doing a lot, etc. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to reach out and see if we could connect. But for those, I mean, you briefly summarized it, but you come from a world where I think it was, I think we actually, to be fair, we both do, from, early, I would say 2012 up through like 2018, etc., where it was like, it's cool to have a social media agency, right? That was the thriving thing. And then for multitude of reasons, economy, contraction, so on, news cycle, there's been a level of, I think, concern, or I think COVID specifically kind of rewired us to be in a position where we were like, actually, why am I just chasing this carrot, right? And this wasn't actually the order I was going to start with, but I think it's really important. I think I want to start there. Why is it like? Because if you ask some people, it'd be like, you've got issues with self-esteem, you've got like were your parents loving you, etc. Like, you can go really deep in the psychology of it, but like, from your perspective, from your own, I guess in some ways your own story, why did you go from feel free to correct these numbers if I quote them wrong, but like a 70,000 plus month business with five team, big office, that kind of thing, to now kind of what some people describe as a solo entrepreneur, helping small business owners really create what I call meaningful content rather than vanity metric content, which is, I think, the really important bit, especially when we've got AI, we've got people, with AI, what Google's doing with its prompt stuff and its video image to speak and stuff. I think that's going to be where the future is. But just to reiterate the question, I mean, what was the shift with you personally, and like, why did you move? Because I think some people look at it and go, well, surely that was the life, right? 75k a month is more than some people make in a year.
Yeah, it's I think for me it was just overworked, underpaid, stressed, overwhelmed with the whole thing. Loved it to pieces, right? And we got to 10 full time by the time that I decided to kind of kill the baby that I'd made, which sounds grim. But I think for me it was more just about what is the point? What is the purpose of what I'm trying to do? Is it just to get that next paycheck and work with bigger brands and work with more expensive projects and kind of, from an optics standpoint, look great? Or is it that I value time with my family, that I like being home, that I want to go out on more hikes and just experience things a bit more? Like, where does the value from my life come from? I think I kind of just had this epiphany moment. COVID was tough, and then we smashed it actually during COVID. Smashed it the 2 years after. We grew really, really, really quickly. But I just didn't like it. That was literally it. So there's no like ulterior motive. It was just I didn't enjoy it. I've been doing it for 7 years. I felt this niggle to do something else and to actually help people, as opposed to sort of just put a plaster on the problem, because that's kind of how I feel agencies work to a degree. You'll get hired by big brands. We work with over 400 blue chip companies, which was crazy. Over 400 brands in total, but lots of those were blue chip companies. Sorry, just to quote. And we looked amazing. Like, we did stuff with Xbox, we did stuff with Microsoft, we did stuff with Huel and all the big D2C brands and whatnot. But they can kind of cut you off like that. And for us, it was just like, you weren't solving the problem. You're making content that got them more money, but then they just wanted to grow more. So they maybe research other agencies and try and get bigger teams. It was just always a scale of like, where's the end of this ladder? You just keep climbing. It felt the same for us. We were growing, doing stupid money, working with cool brands.